Blog Talk Radio.
Well, everybody, welcome to the first edition of International Dynasty Online. We are International Dynasty Radio. This is our very first radio program, and we are honored and privileged to be able to come to you live. Friends, it is a privilege and an honor to be a part of International Dynasty. And for that, I want to share with you all a great story. While we're waiting for our first guest to call in here, I was approached by some amazing people. And I'm going to bring on our first guest right now, and here she comes.
Hello. Hello.
Well, hello. We have our first special guest, everybody. I want to introduce you all to one of the most wonderful people on the earth, and one of my favorite people. And I am so blessed to be able to call her a part of my family, and it's such a blessing for me to be a part of her family. Everybody, I want to introduce you to Mrs. Felicia Moss-Eaton. Felicia, how are you?
Hello. I am very well, thank you. I feel pretty good tonight. How are you?
I am doing fantastic here. You know, we have it's such an amazing time to be alive, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So all of our listeners are asking, who is Felicia Moss-Eaton? Tell the people about you.
Well,
Who you are.
well, you know, it's not just a cliche to say who I am. I am a child of God. I really am. I'm really a child of the King. That's really who I am. I am a loving person. I believe in people. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm enthusiastic. I'm a hard worker. That's pretty much, in a nutshell, who I am. You know, I'm a relative. I mean, outside of my personal being, I'm a relative of a scholarly and a famous family, and we all are believers of Christ as well. I'm a friend, I'm a sister, and a humanitarian.
I absolutely love that.
Yes.
So, I understand let me ask you a quick question here. I understand you have a wonderful husband named Joe. Is that correct?
Yes. I have a wonderful husband named Joe and an amazing son named Austin. Joe and I have been friends, actually, for over 30 years, about 35 years now. And we've been married for just less than 20 years, about 18 now. So we have a long legacy of friendship between us. We've had some ups and downs and some battles and some fights. But being that we're both believers of Christ, so, you know, we get over their hurdle and make amends with each other. And my son, oh God, he's a Christian kid already, not just because of the household itself, but because he has a loving, giving heart. He's a kind soul. He's a very, very, he's mature. He's very innocent-like, though, you know, just very humble-like. He's a good boy. He's a musician. He's a singer. He's a student-athlete, and looking forward to going to college, just as all of our kids are these days. So I love them both, and they truly are my heartbeat.
I tell you, you know, when you have a child that's going off to college, something happens inside of us as parents. And it changes us forever.
Yes. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that change, yeah. And he's excited about all of his endeavors, you know. His direction can go in many different ways. He also wants to be an actor. He's modeled. He's been in a couple of plays. So he has the bug. He has the entertainment bug, just as my family does. So we'll see, you know. He's determined to make it.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
Those are the wonderful stories of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we were touching on something about you. I understand you are a woman of incredible faith. So tell me how you came to find your faith. I'm really curious. As a Christian, tell me.
Okay, well, in short, you know, without going a long time because I have many, many testimonies because of my faith. But when I was 11 years old, it really seemed as though things in the family and in the church were actually falling apart and becoming uncomfortable. You know, I mean, as an 11-year-old, sometimes, you don't know what's going on, and you see the aggravation in your family, and you see the turmoil that might be going on in church and whatnot. And so I would watch my mom. My mom persevered through all of any heartache or any pain or any issues, whether they be financial or family. I watched her persevere, when it seemed like it was impossible to go on. And that's when I started finding joy. I started singing more in church and asking her for solos, and she would put me up. And so I found joy, in going to church, staying in church, singing in church, and regardless of what was going on in our life, in our home, I felt that I began to feel that was my way out. And if I would just continue to exercise that kind of faith, to feel better about tough situations, faith would bring me through. And it has always proved to work things out. So that's how my faith began, and that's how it has built up, because you're always going to have a tough time sometime. It's not always rough, but sometimes it gets rough, and you have to have faith to persevere, work through your faith. So pretty much that's it.
I can hear in your voice that you have a gift. I can hear in your voice you have a gift of music, don't you? Don't be bashful.
Yes.
Don't be shy. You have a gift of music, right?
Yes, I do.
Now, I have to tell you, I have been a fan of your music since I was a little child, and since I was young and growing up listening to you. And here I am talking to you, and I'm overwhelmed. So, how does it make you feel to share your gift of music with anybody that you come in contact with?
It is overwhelming at times because one has to remember that it's a gift from God, and if we don't keep our focus on God, it can overpower us, and we think that it's ours, it's us doing it, it's us giving it. If you understand what I'm saying, it can be overwhelming because God is so good, and he gives such good gifts to those that he chooses. He gives us all gifts to use. And if we think, it's our gift to do what we want to do with it, we're wrong, And so when we let go, we hear the cliche, when we let go and let God, it becomes overwhelming. So in sharing my gift, I feel overwhelmed that God would allow me to still give my gift and share my gift. It's a wonderful, overwhelming feeling to give that gift, to share that gift, because it represents God. It represents how good he is, in spite of it all, in spite of what we go through and our long days, our short days, our striving, to live daily. It's overwhelming. It's a blessing, but it's overwhelming to give yourself that way.
Well, I understand that you're singing as part of the choir at New Hope First Baptist. Is that correct?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
I understand you sing in the choir.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, choirs. I love choirs. I've been singing choirs. Yeah. I've directed choirs, directed praise worship teams. I had my own group for a number of years. But yes, I came back home to my roots, so to speak, several years ago. It's been about 24, 25 years ago. And so I've been circulated back in my church family. And, I'm in the choir.
My goodness. Now, I've got to bring this into here because I understand that there's some amazing women of music that are in your family. Mm-hmm. Would you care to share with us who they are and a little bit about them and whoever you'd like to share?
Sure, absolutely. It's a great legacy to be a part of this family. As I said, that's who I am. I'm a member of a famous and scholarly family as well. My mom, she's famous in her own right. She directed many, many choirs and recorded many, many albums in the gospel world. Her name is Ann Moss, and locally that's where, she built her name. But she was also a part of the Drinkard Singers. The Drinkard Singers were a mighty group, mighty pioneer group back in the, what do you want to say, 50s, 60s, They were 4 sisters and 2 brothers. So we get our roots from there. Part of that, they recorded several albums. They were one of the first gospel groups to ever record. So that's part of my legacy. Yeah, and they traveled the metropolitan area as well. And out of that came Dionne Warwick. She is my first cousin. Out of that family also came Dee Dee Warwick. Dee Dee Warwick is my first cousin because Dionne and Dee Dee are sisters. And out of that family also came Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston is my first cousin. All of our mothers are sisters. So it is.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's truly been a blessing. Some people say a blessing and a curse. It depends on how we treat it. You know what I mean? It depends on how you treat it. That's why I said it's good to just remain humbled, and just stay overwhelmed with what God gives you, because if we don't use it, He will take it away. So, yeah, I'm related to some pretty famous people, but I also like to give credit to the others in my family. I have some teachers in my family. I have a professor in my family. I have some law officers in my family. I mean, like state trooper, like big time. So
Whoa.
I'm so grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful for the vast amount of gifts God has given my family. Yes, indeed.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, I know you also have some other wonderful people at Nicolette. And,
Absolutely.
Nicolette and Renee, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and
I
see that she's definitely
too.
on the scholarly side. Nicolette is a scholar, so.
Wow. And I've had the pleasure. And I've had the pleasure of talking to Sarah. Sarah Drinkard.
Yes. Yes, Sarah he's my cousin by marriage, and she's very, very, very creative. She's well creative, Absolutely.
I tell you, whenever I speak to anybody in the family, I am always left speechless, and I'm in awe of how amazing everybody is in the family.
Wow.
It's a humbling honor for me.
Right. Wonderful. I failed to actually just mention also out of the Drinkard family group, besides my mom, her sister is Sissy, which is my aunt, of course, Whitney's mom. But Sissy Houston developed, of course, out of the family itself. And even Dionne's mom used to manage her and all of that. And one of my other aunts was pretty much like the prayer warrior of the family. So, as I said, God gave us a vast, amount of gifts. My uncle, he taught himself how to play. He never had a lesson. So he played for the group entirely. Yeah, awesome. I'm telling you, he was the only one that played for the group, and he played by ear. He never had a lesson. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've got wow. There's so much amazing history with your family. And, wow. There's so much history there that we can't just do this in just a half-hour segment. So let me ask you this. What would you think about having your own show on this radio station?
Oh, I would love it. I always wanted to be in journalism and or communications, and just never pursued it. I guess my communication was singing at the time, Yeah, that's how I communicated. But I love speaking. I love talking. I love chatting with people. I love discussions. I love debates, fair debates. Joe is over here talking about, She loves to talk. She's sitting right here. I'm sorry?
I think we're gonna have a show for you. You're gonna have your own special show for everybody here. Everybody listening, guess what? You hear Miss Felicia here? You all are gonna listen. You're in for a very special treat here. We're gonna have a show. Would you like to do this 2 times a week for everybody?
Absolutely. Oh my God, that would be wonderful. And so hopefully we can gain a lot more listeners to your show, because I thank you so much, Adam, for having me speak with you tonight on air. So we want to boost your ratings as well, and my cousin Nicolette and Raymond and the dynasty that they've created. I'm a family person, I tell you. That's the bottom line for me. I want it all inclusive. I don't want to exclude anybody. So
I think we can have some fun with our show. We can do all kinds of stuff here. Now let me ask you this: you've got to have some. Would you be willing to share some stories about everybody? And maybe bring out some juicy details. People would love to hear some juicy details.
Well, you mean right now?
No, well, we don't want it. We don't want to. We want to give you the forum. We're going to give you the forum so you can talk to everybody and tell everybody anything you want to share with them. And then I think we can also open up the callers. What do you all think? Yep, I'm getting nods over here. So the studio said yes, that they want to open up for callers for you too.
Oh wow, great. Okay, good. Absolutely, that's wonderful. Because I can tell some good tidbits. You know what I mean? Some nice, good tidbits of the family. I do have wonderful memories of family and tradition. And tradition has kind of left us in some of our families. We've gotten away from tradition. So I would love to share some of those good tidbits of details, that made life juicy,
Oh wow! And given your also with your faith, would you like to? I'd love to have you also share, any thoughts you have on how you came to faith, so that people can learn from you and be inspired by you to find their path.
Right. Well, I truly believe that's certainly up for discussion, and I can elaborate more on that when we do talk, and get other callers to call in as well to talk about their redemption experience. It's all about being redeemed from yourself, even. You know what I'm saying? Because God gave us choices, and sometimes we make the wrong choice. So he comes down, and he pulls us back. He gets our attention one way or the other. So I do have great testimonies. I have, like one large testimony that started my whole redemption process, when I learned about redemption. So I want to talk about that, tell that story, and it happened about 24 years ago. So that's something that I'd like to bring to the table.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Well, you're going to have your own show. And this is going to be your show. So, what do you think? Can we start this on? Let's see. I think we can get this going on Monday. I think that'll be fantastic. What do you think of that? Say Monday on the same time.
That's perfect. No, Monday is fine. It's the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
We want to hear.
We can do 6:30 Pacific time and 9:30 Eastern for everybody who's trying to get their work week going and trying to figure out their direction for the week. I think that'd be. What do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. Because for Christianaires, so to speak, on a Sunday, maybe we can have some discussions about their gospel or church experience. We can talk with those who don't go to church, those who kind of play hooky from church, or those who might have had a Jesus experience, coming to Jesus experience. We could talk about a lot of things. We could talk about where people go on the weekends, the socialization thing. We could talk about a million things on a Monday because you just had a fresh weekend,
Now, I think so. I just love this. Now, do you think that one of these days we might be able to get your cousin Dion on the radio with you.
Absolutely.
Dion
I think
people go crazy over that.
Yes, Dion is so, oh gosh, she's just so, how can I say, genuine, She's sweet, she's humble. She's a businesswoman, but she's very congenial, you know what I mean? She's very, very family-oriented. So, and she's always been there. She's actually helped me on several of my scholarship events, because I've given scholarship events in honor of my mom. Every year. It's a dinner concert rather. So that's something that we can discuss further when we talk, to see what everybody does in their community, and who they stand for, and what kind of businesses that they have, and, how does that inspire them to live, and how does that help pay the bills, and who do they help too? I want to know what everybody else is doing as well.
That's right. So I want to also make sure that everybody knows that you have a new fan page on Facebook, and we're going to be posting that here in the comments section here, so everybody can log on here and find it. And then, so we're excited about that for you as well. So we can also talk to them on there when we're not on the radio. We can share some little tidbits before the program. And then, I know. Oh, I got a little request here. I got a little thing in my chat box here. Somebody wants to know if, they want to know if your Aunt Sissy might want to come on here.
Well, that's something I certainly would have to directly ask her. I couldn't say yes or no, because that's auntie, She's different than a cousin per se. That's auntie, And, she's been through a lot, she's been through a lot in the last several years. She's okay. She's in good spirits because we believe in God, But I would have to ask her about this, and I'm sure she might think about it, because she does spots as a motivational speaker from time to time. So she probably would certainly have some words of wisdom to some callers, and me too as well,
So Kelly, Jim, you hear that? Now we have one other question here from a person here. How much do you love Motown?
Oh, we have a question like that. How much do I love Motown?
Please ask me that. I don't know. Hey, I'm being asked these questions. And the funny thing is,
Motown so much
this is what this
that
guy said.
Wait a minute. I got an answer for you. I love Motown so much that I would love to give Motown parties, the back in the day parties where you wear the bell bottoms, and the big afro wigs and the big chains. I love Motown so much. I would go all out to give a Motown dinner. I love Motown so much. I'd love to have a Motown birthday party, I love Motown so much. I would love to record a couple of their songs or do a Motown review. I love Motown so much. It was our learning ground, it was our foreground. It was where we learned how to keep it clean but have a good time.
Wow.
Hello?
I think, this gentleman here, I think that answered his question.
Oh, you got somebody who wants to party a little bit?
Figured out. Yeah, he's typing something else here, but I'm gonna
you gonna save that for Monday?
Yeah, we'll save that for the bag. So, but what we'll set up also is we'll set up a specific email address so people can email in their questions for you, and then get that set up by next week, and we'll announce it on next Monday. We'll announce that, and then. Look, this is going to be really cool. I like this. This is going to be really, really awesome. Okay. So we're gonna let people know about you. We're going to get you out of everywhere. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun here, aren't we, guys? Everybody's nodding over here in the studio. I got my little assistants over here also. They're nodding approval here. So
okay. Did you want to say hi to Joe real quick?
Where's Joe? I do want to say hello to Joe.
I know. Come in, sweetie. We actually just rolled in, from our day pretty much, and I just left a meeting about a play, which we'll talk more about on next week. There is a play that's being put together, story of my life. It's kind of loosely put together my experiences. Joe, you want to come in for a second? Coming for a second, or you want me to come inside? Well, anyway, Adam just wanted to say hi to you on the station real quick. Hold on a second, sweetheart. Hold on.
Hi, Adam.
Hello. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic out here. I was thinking about something here, and thinking about the wonderful path of life that you and Felicia have had. And, if you want to take a moment here and share with the audience here, what is it like to be married to such a wonderful woman?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be. No, I'm kidding. No, it's really nice. I have no complaints, no regrets. The great thing is that we are friends for a long time. So there's a lot of things that we kind of naturally do out of that friendship. One of the things is being in the choir and, having the ability to sing together and, raise our son in a Christian atmosphere. And, it's just a wonderful thing, it really is.
That's
thank God for it.
So, Joe, I'm sure you have a lot of stories to tell. So I got a question for you, my friend. So, yeah. So, we're going to have an ongoing show with your lovely wife, and I would like to make you come on there with her from time to time, as much as you'd like, to give your side of the stories too.
Oh boy!
What do you think about that?
Oh boy! Well, we'll give it a shot.
Well, hey, you know what? That's right, Joe. That is right. But people are going to love to hear the stories of the family, and certainly about things from your point of view as well.
Okay.
I think that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. I got a couple stories to tell you. The truth is better than anything you can make up. Remember that. The truth is always the best.
That's right. That's right.
Can't make this stuff up,
That's right. As long as we have some fun with this, and as long as we can, educate people and give them some good information, and also some inspiration to change their lives and to lead their lives in a godly manner, we're going to be. I think your wife is going to do a magnificent job, and I can't wait to see what happens with her. So I am over the moon for this.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for the opportunity. It's always good to do something positive. There's not enough of that going on these days.
That's right. The more goodwill we have, the more faith we have, the more we're gonna win it. We're gonna win, and we're gonna wind up going and seeing the Lord, and we're gonna be in His sunshine.
That's right. That's where we're supposed to be.
That is right.
Oh God, that's where we're supposed to be, Adam. Another thing about being married is you don't get a lot of privacy. My son is pulling on my arm. He wants to say hello. Is that okay with you?
Talk to him. Yeah, bring him on. We got a few more minutes.
All right, Austin. Adam's going to say hi. Thank you, Adam. Hold on.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Broker. Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing, Mr. Broker?
Great.
Thank you for letting my mom be interviewed today, and I'm very honored to talk to you right now. I'm kind of excited, have kids already.
You're excited to be on the radio, huh?
Yeah, and I'm guessing as my mom.
I heard some good things about you. I heard some really good things about you, brother. I heard you love to study. I heard you love school, and I hear you're looking forward to going to college next year. Is that right?
Yep.
So let me ask you this: what would you think about coming on the radio from time to time with your mom?
What would I think? I would think it's going to be good.
Well, yeah, your mom's going to have, I'm going to give your mom her own show. So she's going to be able to talk.
Her own show?
Yeah, your mom's going to have her own show.
Do that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That would be very extraordinary.
Take opinions, too.
Huh?
That means you got to get on the radio, too, and share with everybody what's going on.
Oh, wow, okay. I'm ready.
Yeah. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm honored to be able to talk to you, young man. I really am.
Me too.
You know, I think you have some wonderful parents there, and I can't wait for them to share their love with the rest of the world and share the love as far as they would let it go.
Yep, absolutely.
You know,
I'm
it's
thankful
all about
to God.
love. It's all about. That's right. That is right. It is all about love, and it's all about sharing the word.
I really thank God to have parents like these. These are very special parents. I couldn't ask for better, and I'm just really thankful.
Yeah. Hey, I heard your mom's a good cook. Is that right?
Yes, she is a good cook. Very good cook.
We're going to have to share some recipes.
Okay.
All right. Hey, can I talk to your mom real quick? We're going to wrap up today. I'm going to be talking to you really soon, young man. I'm going to be getting some information from you.
Nice talking to you, by the way, Mr. Broker.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. I love talking to you.
Okay.
Anytime. All right.
Righty then.
I think we're going to have your son and your husband live on the radio as much as you want them on.
Oh, well, we can come up with a plan and a purpose, for them to be on.
Yeah.
Austin, he's a mentor as well. He doesn't really brag on himself, but he's a mentor at our church because he plays the drums. He's a musician, so he mentors the younger kids, and that might be his angle. He can come up with a dialogue for some of our younger listeners. We could do something like that.
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
All right. Well, we have had a wonderful discussion with you, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again on Monday. And we're going to do this live at 9:30 Eastern. And it is going to be your show. So,
wow. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Thank you.
That's right. So,
thank you.
Live from the studio of International Dynasty Online, this is Adam Broker, the CEO of International Dynasty Online and the executive producer of the station. We're wishing you all a very, very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oh, Miss Felicia, would you like to give everybody a thought of the day, the thought for the weekend before the weekend comes?
Well, okay. Yes. My thought for the day and for the rest of the week is when all else fails, do it the right way. Okay? When all else fails, really I want to say do it Jesus' way. Everybody hasn't come to Jesus and all that. So when all else fails, do it the right way. Is that good?
That is fantastic.
Yeah,
I think
it's true.
that's absolutely right. Let's do it the right way, everybody. That is right. Do it the right way.
Yeah, because all else is going to fail, right?
That's right. That's right. And we don't want failure around here.
No.
Here. That word does not exist in our vocabulary.
That's right. Absolutely. So I hope that helps someone out. Hope it helps you and me out. Hope it's encouraging, and it keeps us moving forward. When all else fails, you do it the right way. That's the only way to do it.
That's right. That's right. So everybody, we're looking forward. Our next broadcast is going to be coming to you live on Monday at 9:30 with Felicia Moss-Eaton and her show, which we're going to come up with a fabulous title for that. Actually, you had something in mind already, didn't you?
Absolutely. And you want me to say it now or you want to wait?
Let's say what the phonetics are.
Okay, yeah, the phonetics are WNTG. Okay? So you want me to tell you what that means?
Let's tell everybody what that means so they can watch.
Okay. All righty. If I come to you and say, well, good evening, everyone. This is WNTG for Redemption Radio. Why not trust God That's what WNTG stands for. Why not trust God? So that's where I'm coming from. Why not?
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Here we go. We're going to have some fun with this. So, friends, keep your eyes on our board for the next episode. It will be called WNTG. It'll be called WNTG Live with Felicia. Friends, we're looking forward to talking to you on Monday. Have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. And live, again, from the studio of International Dynasty Online, this is Adam Broker, wishing you all a very, very wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, Felicia, for joining us. It has been a privilege and a pleasure.
Likewise, sir. And thank you so much. Looking forward to speaking with you and everyone else on Monday.
And Lord bless your weekend, Felicia.
God bless you and your weekend as well, and your family, and everyone's family.
Yeah, thank you so much. And reminding everybody, look for Felicia Moss-Eaton online on Facebook, on her fan page. Connect with her there. And also look for International Dynasty and Robinson Drinkard on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/ID Robinson Drinkard. And you'll get some more information about us and more information about what is happening as our radio station progresses. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you all later.